Well, for us, so we started off with Genesis Cloud initially before we moved over to NICE. Previously, we were very siloed. We only had specific things. Like if I want to look for multiple teams, I have to look in multiple different places. I didn't really have a supervisor tab, so I couldn't look. I'd have to look in 5 different places for the same thing. Once we moved over to NICE and I learned about Supervisor, being able to create multiple dashboards, being able to set alerts, being able to see what my team is doing throughout the day has really benefited not just in employee growth, but in all the transitional pieces for me.
Using that one screen, it is so convenient, especially with my use cases where I'm dealing with up to 15 different teams. When I'm able to use one screen to adjust skills, validate SLAs, it's so much easier. I can flip those agents back and forth when needed. It's very, very convenient in this respect. As we all know previously, multiple screens, multiple tabs. And if you click something incorrectly, you're like, oh, where was that?
It is really such a robust system that allows you to scale. And what I love about Supervisor is it gives us that immediate access to jump in, support our agents. They can queue us and let us know that there's an issue, that they need support, and we're able to be in their ear instantaneously. Additionally, obviously with the rise of sentiment, having that notification that the agent themselves may not even know they have an issue, we're able to be in their ear right away saying, hey, you've got the support you need, we've got your back. And this is incredibly important, especially with our newest agents, so they have the confidence to be able to really do their best with the students.
I think the ability to have live action notifications is one of the biggest points for supervisors. Bulk skilling, it's extremely important for us, and the ability to help agents, when needed, either to barge in or take over the call, and do it just from one screen.
For me, the biggest thing here would be onboarding. So getting new employees on, being able to monitor their screens throughout the day, being able to listen in, join in on calls is a very big plus. Being able to know what they're doing through the day. For me, since we are hybrid, the 2 days in the office, I can sit with them. But on the other 3 days, I really like to sit there and spend enough time with them so I can see what they're doing, give them those tips. And oftentimes, when you spend enough time with someone, you'll notice when they're kind of stuck on a call, they'll start stuttering or something, and I'll know, hey, I need to chime into their ear. And you say, hey, calm down, just answer this way, look at this tab, look here. So it's really helped me bring new employees on.
For us, really the big opportunities are the realizing that the students aren't being supported in real time, being able to see where the queues are building up. We're able to pivot faster, and it gives us incredible flexibility. The best example is, of course, we all had to shoot home for COVID, and that we told the CEO, don't worry, we'll be back up, give us 4 hours, we'll be kind of in partial mode. We were able to do the entire transition, missed 0 phone calls in under 2 hours, and it was monitored by our managers and supervisors in real time so that no students were impacted by that transition.
We are a sales company, so we want to make sure that our products are also being presented in such a way that is great for our pass holders and our customers. So we're able to have our people within marketing, right? The people who are designing our products, who are pricing our products, come in and look at and listen to exactly what the agents are hearing, see the process of actually booking our products. And that has actually led to a lot of change and augmentation of our product base and our pricing points.
Well, for one, I love the idea where I can see all my calls waiting in certain skills and then see my agent's availability. If I can do skill transfers to get calls handled so that customers aren't sitting on hold for too long. And then those alerts are one of my biggest benefits for me. Being able to know if somebody's sitting on a call for too long, the sentiment goes off, anything that pops up, I get alerted right away. I can jump on that call with the employee. Or if they're in our office, as we are hybrid, I can walk over and try to assist them. That really helps that instant gratification when they're in trouble on a call.
Our contact center manager is constantly looking to try and get more out of his people. And the visibility that Supervisor provides him allows him to literally say, you know what, this agent needs to be more efficient at this piece of the puzzle, and he's able to manage it.
One of the ways that we've actually been able to monitor and see how well Supervisor has been actually implemented is with the amount of errors that we're now seeing decreasing. So errors decreasing is always a great idea, a great thing to strive for. And we're able to see it back where agents are being coached on the fly to give those little hints or some course corrections during the phone call.
CHCP has built its online program by being able to reach out across the country, and leveraging Supervisor has allowed us to acquire talent from everywhere across the United States. So we've even had agents in Alaska. We've had agents in Florida. It doesn't matter. You get the best talent for what you can do.
For us, over the last 3 years that we've used NICE, we've grown about 20% in employees. And with that comes a lot of challenge, new employees, how they respond to the new phone systems, and a lot of times customer surveys. But during that time, our NPS has still increased by 6 points. And I think that the biggest attribute to that is the utilization of the alerts and the sentiment.
What this allowed us to do is have higher retention because we hired the right people the first time. So our turnover rate has gone down. Our tenure of employee is now over 3 years in our sales piece of our organization. Now you take a look at the actual production of the business unit. Well, in 2018, we only had 500 students. We're at over 2,300 students as a continuing population in our online program.
The ability to be reactive to what's going on a sale has decreased our time, what it will take us to have an agent going from one call to another if needed. The ability for a supervisor to create dashboards for the agents in order to have data accessibility for themselves, which we attach to soft skills and QM. So Supervisor has allowed us to have visibility of all those items in just one place, which helps the manager help the agents.
This is where you have our AI telling us where to look, but we got to remember to do the management side of it. And that's where you still have the 7 penny technique, where you have to remember as a supervisor that you have those 7 pennies in your pocket. And every time you hear something good and positive, you got to give that compliment and move that from one pocket to the other, giving those compliments out so that AI is telling you where to look, but you're still remembering it's the human being that needs the engagement.
I really feel the importance of Supervisor being able to monitor certain calls and provide suggestions. Because for my agents, if they're on a call and they're speaking to someone, there's certain things that get missed. And a lot of times through that conversation, we may forget to recommend certain things. With that, I believe that it's not just helping the employees grow, but changing their mindset to thinking a different way through each call. And I know that's Copilot is really one thing that's growing there. So I feel like that's something that I'm really interested to grow with for us.